Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính begins Europe trip.
President Donald Trump bans entry for citizens of 12 countries.
Abolition of presumptive tax. Create a fair and transparent business environment.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. And now here we go to set live the show. A high-ranking Vietnamese delegation led by Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính just departed from Hanoi on June 5th to begin a 9-day working trip to 3 European countries, France, Estonia, and Sweden.
During the trip, the Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính will attend the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference, UNOC3, in Nice, France. This marks the first time a Vietnamese Prime Minister has attended the UN Ocean Conference. It is also the first visit by a Vietnamese Prime Minister to Sweden in 6 years, and the first ever visit to Estonia by a Vietnamese leader since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1992. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính participation in the 3rd United Nations Ocean Conference contributes to implementing the Party Central Committee's Resolution No. 36 on Vietnam's Sustainable Marine Economic Development Strategy to 2030. With a vision to 2045, on the bilateral side, the working trip will further deepen relations between Vietnam and France, Sweden, and Estonia.
The U.S. President Donald Trump signed an executive decree imposing a complete ban on entry for people from 12 countries and restricting citizens of 7 other countries.
A new executive order placing travel
Citizens of countries banned from entering the U.S. include Afghanistan, Chad, Congo, Guinea-Bissau, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Myanmar, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. The decision, effective from June 9, also includes entry restrictions for people from Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Vietnam, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. President Donald Trump said that the recent attack on an anti-Israel protest in Boulder, Colorado, highlighted the risks to U.S. because foreign citizens are not thoroughly screened upon entry. People from the above countries are banned from flights to the U.S. or detained at U.S. airports after landing.
On June 4th, Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra affirmed that Thailand stands ready if there is a clash with Cambodian troops on the border, but prefers a peaceful solution to their territorial dispute.
Thailand values peace but is never a coward when it comes to battle. The Prime Minister said after a cabinet meeting at Government House. The Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra said the cabinet had a serious discussion about the situation on the border with Cambodia in light of the skirmish in Chong Bok area in Ubon Ratchathani province. The meeting agreed that they should stand united on the issue. Tensions between Thailand and Cambodia escalated after the two countries' armies clashed in the border area between Thailand's Ubon Ratchathani province and Cambodia's Preah Vihear province, May 28, killing one Cambodian soldier.
Upcoming are some updated news.
A ministerial-level negotiation session on a bilateral reciprocal trade agreement between Vietnam and the United States took place in Paris on June 4th. The session was co-chaired by Minister of Industry and Trade Nguyen Hong Dien, head of the Vietnamese government's negotiation delegation, and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer, head of the U.S. negotiation delegation. At the meeting, both sides underlined the need to accelerate the negotiation process, with a strong focus on achieving substantive outcomes in the 3rd round of technical-level talks, expected to take place in the first half of June 2025. Both sides expressed readiness to hold further high-level exchanges to push forward the negotiations toward a mutually beneficial outcome.
On the evening of June 4th, in Nan Mai Commune, Tuong Duong District, Nha In Province, prolonged heavy rain caused water from upstream to flow strongly, causing serious landslides on National Highway 16. In Soi Voi village, the flood completely washed away about 150 meters of the road, completely cutting off traffic through the area. Immediately after receiving the information, Non-Mai border guard station mobilized officers and soldiers to coordinate with local authorities to quickly deploy forces to the scene. On the morning of June 5th, the unit deployed signs and set up temporary checkpoints, instructing people not to pass through the dangerous area, ensuring absolute safety for people and property.
All 4 Vietnamese students have brought home 3 golds and 1 silver from the Abu Rayhan Biruni International Chemistry Olympiad, (ARBICHO), that concluded in Uzbekistan on June 3, notably. Du Trung Keen, from Bien Hoa High School for the Gifted in Ha Nam Province, was the top performer of the competition, earning a gold medal with the highest theoretical score among all contestants. 2 other gold medals were awarded to Nguyen The Min from Amsterdam High School for the Gifted in Hanoi, and Trinh Duc An from Vinh Phuc High School for the Gifted in Vinh Phuc Province. This year, the competition drew the participation of 110 students from 14 countries and territories.
According to Resolution 68 of the Politburo, by 2026 at the latest, the presumptive tax method will be completely abolished. All business households must switch to tax declaration. The General Department of Taxation is urgently supporting people in applying e-invoices, contributing to combating tax fraud and revenue loss, creating a fair and transparent business environment. More in the story.
Presumptive tax is a method of tax calculation based on estimated revenue, applied to business households that do not keep accounting books. However, this estimation is often inaccurate. This leads to many households paying taxes that don't align with their actual revenue.
Lump sum tax management has limitations due to lack of transparency in revenue determination. It is also difficult to avoid revenue loss.
Under Politburo Resolution 68, the tax authority is gradually replacing the presumptive tax system with a self-declaration and self-payment method. Review efforts are focusing on cases that need to be converted, while supporting equipment and initial service costs. At first I was a bit confused, but after being guided by the tax officer and support software, I found it convenient. To switch to self-declaration and self-payment tax management, data on business households must be fully and accurately reviewed. However, the review process is currently facing challenges. At the North Nagi 1 Inter-District Tax Team, with nearly 3,000 households currently paying presumptive tax, this work is still difficult because some households register their businesses solely for personal purposes, such as obtaining loans or for emigration. The shift from lump sum tax to self-declaration is not only a technical change, but also a shift in awareness from passive to active. This is an important step to ensure fairness, transparency and adequate revenue for the state budget.
I think this conversion will ensure transparency and fairness in business from output invoices to input invoices.
With over 5 million business households nationwide, the informal economic sector plays a crucial role in socio-economic development. To ensure effective management, the tax authority is accelerating digital transformation, ensuring that tax collection after transformation is carried out fairly, transparently and combats budget revenue loss.
Now it's the end of the show today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.